Welcome back to Field Goals and Forecast here on WSBU 88.3 The Buzz. Ryan Adio alongside James Derrick and DeWayne Carter, Buffalo Bills defensive lineman. DeWayne, how you feeling today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I can't complain. We were talking about the sunny weather. It's such a big difference from Buffalo, man. I can't believe it. It's like 3 degrees there. It's like 70 here. Sunny. There's blue skies. I'm loving it. But
Unreal. Like, it's so funny. Me and my wife, I remember we were in the plane, just flying in. I'm like, oh, wow, it's bright. Oh,
Yeah,
it's blue.
right.
Oh, look at this water. Like, it's just beautiful, man. But honestly, love Buffalo to death.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah. I feel the same way. But just, how are you feeling? How's the injury? Are you keeping up? You doing well?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. So I'm coming along. It's been out, I think, 5 or 6 months since I had my surgery and everything. Coming along, starting to progress, working on these running mechanics and, just getting back to the basics. It's like being a newborn again.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear.
Yeah, sorry. I'm staring at your shirt, man. Can you
This whole thing right here.
yeah, what is that? What is up with that shirt? I can you explain?
This is Fat Boy Friday. Get it on the camera right there. Let's take one right here. Pose real quick.
Yeah.
But no, this is Fat Boy Friday. So I started this actually, I think, around Memorial Day last year. And it, whole backstory, I'm going to go for a little bit. Memorial Day, I came home to my wife and said, today I'm be a man. Throw the steaks on the grill, the chicken wings, the hot dogs, the burgers.
That's awesome.
I'm going to throw down. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And then I was like, you know what? Let me make a video. Big into socials and everything. And,
Oh yeah.
the rest is history now. It's grown since it'll be coming up on, coming up on a year here soon. I mean, we have merch out. We're working on these sponsors, different things. So the brand is growing. People in Buffalo are supporting it like the Mafia always does. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, so what's your favorite thing to cook up? I mean, come on.
So, man, I do everything from freaking steaks to chicken pot pies. Like, I've made everything. And honestly, the thing I'm most proud of is I made a chicken pot pie from scratch.
That's
But
sweet.
the top of the crust was the Red Lobster biscuits, like the Cheddar Bay biscuits. Homemade, too. Homemade, by the way,
man.
homemade.
You're making me hungry, and we haven't eaten since we've been here. You're
I
making
haven't.
me
I need to go get some
I'm
food, too.
smelling the popcorn across the way too. I can't
Unreal.
do it. But staying on the food topic, not to stay on it too long, but I mean Buffalo wings. Where's the best place to get wings for you?
See, it's such a hard question. Obviously, I want to say Barbell. I
Yeah.
think Barbell is always number one for me. But I rotate. I go to Barbell. I go to Wing Nuts. I go to Sunny Reds now. I was introduced to Sunny Reds for the first time. Fire. I also like their pizza too.
All right.
So
All right. Underrated.
Those
Yeah,
probably like my top 3 right now.
All right, not to shift too much, but obviously, didn't play this season. I mean, how do you kind of deal with the ups and downs of just being on the sideline watching the rest of the guys out there?
Yeah, man, it's hard, especially going through injuries so close to when the season opens up, right?
Right.
So I ended up having surgery probably about a little over a week before we played the Ravens that first game, obviously that historic game. And watching that from my bed with my leg elevated was a whole different experience. And going through that initial surgery period where it's the sulking, where it's like, oh, woe is me, why this happened to me? Like, oh, I could have been this, this should have been me, all these. And getting those emotions, those are real and take time to process. But also, it's not really beneficial at the end of the day to stay in that period for so long. So for me, it's been good to, grow and see the game from a whole new lens and also find out where I can, lead in certain ways, be a good teammate, and also, be a light in the building. I think that's real for me.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of talked on it a little bit. I mean, even like Austin, he tore his ACL. Like, he was down in the dumps for a while. You just feel like, man, I wish I could do this, wish I could do this. How do you keep your mental health up when you're like that?
Yeah, I think for me, honestly, I found strength in obviously my support system, my wife, my family, teammates, everybody like that. But also keep myself busy and doing things like developing, my brand outside of ball.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shoot, it's simple. You see it on my T-shirt today,
yeah,
the Fat
it's
Boy
great.
Friday shirts. I've done a lot of different media stuff this year. I've done different panels. I mean, I branched out, and honestly, I reconnected with a lot of people that I met at Duke. On LinkedIn, everybody's talking about Fernando Mendoza
buffing up
nowadays.
the
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
And
all
open
right.
to work, like, it's brilliant, man. I wish I would have thought of that when I was coming out.
That's
but
so funny.
I mean, I'm a big proponent of it too. So I met a lot of people, and I think it's been cool to develop myself outside of ball.
Yeah, I mean, like sitting and watching for the whole season, you see, you're saying that you kind of see in the spots that you feel like you could fit into more. Like, do you feel like anyone has kind of been a mentor to you, even though you're not playing?
That's a good question, man. I think that's the coolest thing about the Buffalo Bills is our team is so close.
Yeah.
And they're always looking to mentor, right? Because obviously we got a lot of old heads. They're going to be mad I call them old heads. So especially in our room, we got, we had DQ last year. We had Ed. We got Greg. We got Joey. We got Larry. All these guys have played double-digit years.
Yeah.
And, I mean, them just relying on me because a lot of them, unfortunately, in the game, it's like it's not usually it's an if, but it's a when you get hurt in this game. I'm grateful it happened early, and hopefully I can play the next freaking 30 years, right, healthy. But, them telling me tips they did, different recovery process, hooking me up with their doctors, PTs, trainers, whoever it is. I mean, it's been a blessing.
I mean, are they being nice to you? Because I mean, we were talking to Lorenzo Neal, fullback for 10 years. He had some stories like he was really messing with some people. Like, are they being nice to you?
Yeah, they're nice to me. The games have changed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Phones are real now. And you can't do a lot of things you used to back in the day. But, I love it, man. And, I think obviously no hazing, of course, was done in that building.
Yeah.
But it's a rite of passage where it's like, maybe I pick up donuts for the guys or I'm picking the food up for the plane. I value that because, they pour so much into me. And a lot of times we go places, I don't have to worry about anything except for showing up.
Yeah. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's the funniest in that locker room and who's got the worst jokes?
Bro, we got a funny team.
Yeah,
Like,
we do.
I think everybody knows Keon's hilarious. We got Andre Jones Jr. is hilarious to me, too. Not a lot of people know that. That dude is comedy.
All right.
He's funny. And then, a lot of the guys are funny. Our whole D-line room is characters, as usual. And then worst jokes. I'm not going to say worst jokes, but there's some people who really
Corny.
just don't
I mean, come on.
tell any jokes. Like, a lot of guys are just like, like they laugh.
Nobody's corny. Nobody's
Like, I'm not going to call anybody corny, but I always mess with, my boy Cole Bishop. Shout out my boy Cole. Had a hell of a year this year.
Yeah, he did.
But it's funny because he doesn't really tell any jokes. He's like very flat sense of humor, but the dude is hilarious. He's one of those guys you'll be talking to him, he'll be dead serious, but it's the funniest thing you ever heard. Like, bro, it's not funny. Like, it is just hilarious. That's my guy.
That's great. What was the biggest transition point from going from college to the pros? How did you kind of work your way through that?
Yeah, so everybody talks about, the physicality, the speed. And of course, that's real, but I'm a firm believer if you're in this level, especially, in the trenches, you have that in you, right? There's obviously a little developmental piece. So for me, I feel like I was strong enough, I was fast enough. It was the knowledge piece.
Yeah.
I mean, these dudes are smart, man. Like, football's a very intelligent game, cerebral game. And a lot of people just see, blocking, tackling, hitting, screaming, yelling, like big masculine sport. That's what we do. But there's a lot of intelligence behind it. So I think, honestly, for me, it was the knowledge, right? Learning the playbook, learning tendencies, learning tells, learning what will help you win because everybody's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's some unicorns now where you can just go out there and they can just play their game. A lot of times, there's different tips and reminders that guys have that help them succeed.
Who do you feel like spreads the knowledge the most among, maybe like the defensive line room, for example? Who do you think is the smartest there?
So I say for me it was definitely DeWayne Jones at first. That's my boy. Like, from day one, that dude's a film junkie. It's kind of weird. You're 12 years in and you watch the most film on the team, right?
Yeah.
And just the stuff he was able to see. Like, for example, we get down and ready. Ball's getting ready to be snapped. They break the huddle. He's looking at the formation. He's like, all right, it's 2x2, backs offset. Hey, watch counter. It's and he's calling out the plays.
Yeah.
And this is in, mind you, 2 to 3 seconds before the ball's even snapped. It's like to know that much information on one opponent each week. I mean, it's impressive, man. That's what I take from them.
That is pretty impressive. What is something that fans often get wrong or maybe don't notice about playing interior line?
Technique-wise, it's not just power, brute strength.
Yeah.
Like, it's not what it is. There's guys who are different. There's finesse, there's techniques, there's power, there's the mental aspect of the game, right? Because up front, we're the tip of the spear. Like, we lead the charge, we set the tone. So nothing happens without the big boys up front on either side of the ball.
Yeah.
But also that comes with, there are some guys that just line up and they are just go block him and they just go maul people. Some guys do that, right? But especially on D-end, we're hunters. I mean, D-line, we're hunters. And we're hunting the most intelligent species on planet Earth. That's what my D-line coach in college would say. So, I mean, it's just a mental aspect of it, and two, being aware of where you are in space. So, it's a lot of stuff going on out there.
And do you often think that, interior D linemen often don't get the credit they deserve? I mean, they're not the guys usually getting the sacks, so.
100%. But I will say, times are slowly changing.
All right, that's a good sign.
The big boys are getting more recognition. The big boys were starting to get that payday.
Yeah,
a lot of things happen.
Yes,
I'm curious to see this offseason. There's a lot of guys around the league that are up, too. So, I'm trying to see, where this market gets reset at and see what's going on.
I see that.
I'm kind of interested. Who's the toughest guy on that O-line that you've had to go against?
Bro, we got some dogs, dude.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Jimbo won the rushing title this year.
Yeah.
He's elite. But, I mean, up front, we're elite, too. So, I go against Connor at center, Dave, and then Saibo, our two guards, right? I mean, those three right there, I think, are probably the best, if not one of the best, if not the best in the league, right? Mentally, they're strong. They're fast. They can run. So, I mean, I feel like I line up against Dave the most for whatever reason. And Dave is probably the smartest guy on that O-line. Him and Connor, obviously, but, like, smartest guy.
Interesting.
And if you watch their tape, they're not really like they move people, but they move it in a smart way. Like, it's so funny because older guys in the league know how to conserve energy.
Yeah.
All
Like,
right.
they don't always, like, they won't always go the hardest, but they always are where they're supposed to be at. They're in their spot. They don't miss blocks. They know how to do things efficiently. So I say, shoot, those core three, those are my guys.
I got a couple more questions for you, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but what's your thought on that final Brandon Cooks catch? He catch it?
You know, man,
I sure think he did. I mean, I'm just saying, I sure think he did.
I may be biased. I think he caught it, of course. But also, I think it's just representative of the next however many games it was after that.
Yeah.
There were a lot of similar plays
Right. Yeah.
that happened that looked very similar.
Yeah.
It went the other way. So, I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you know, you can't let the game go down to one play.
Right.
So-
yeah. That's the toughest thing to grapple with. But last thing, we're here at Super Bowl Radio Row. Seahawks, Patriots. Who you got, and what's the score going to be?
Oh, you know who I got. I got the Seahawks.
Absolutely,
yeah.
man. That's how you know you're Buffalo. Now.
And honestly, you know, I got my own feelings about the Patriots and everything. Personal vendettas, of course.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that Seahawks team is hot right now.
Yeah, they are.
They're playing really well. That defense is elite. They're flying around. They're having fun playing ball. You know, I'm excited to see Sam Darnold. I mean, I'm happy for him.
I
Been
am,
a fan of him since I was in, high school, college. So it's fun
Yeah.
to see him, you know, stay with it and then come out on top. So, but also, I got to give respect where respect is due for the Patriots. You know, hell of a team this year. Coach Vrabel, hell of a
Yeah,
coach, of course.
Absolutely.
And then Drake May, I mean, I give him his props. I've been chasing him since I was at Duke.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't get away from the dude. Same draft class and go in the same division. So
ACC, yeah.
I give him his respect as well.
All right, well, I think that's all we got.
Yeah, that's all we got.
I appreciate you coming by, DeWayne. And that will do it here for Field Goals and Forecast. You're listening to WSBU 88.3, The Buzz.